The other thing that was interesting is more along the lines of gaming, but I think is relevant to everyone because primarily what we're talking about is a massive acquisition. You guys might be aware of all of the troubles that Activision Blizzard has been having, especially within the culture wars, I suppose, plus them just being complete jerks and also ruining pretty much all the games that everybody ever cared about over the past few years. This one's crazy. So I'm assuming because of all the drama behind Activision Blizzard, that's why this is happening. But Microsoft is to buy Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion. Whoa. So this is a wild acquisition because Microsoft has been buying up studios like nobody's business. And in this one, they're going to be buying basically two of the largest studios in existence in one fell swoop. And they're going to own a majority, in my opinion, from what it looks like, they're going to own a majority of video game production studios across the board. So with 3 billion people actively playing games today and fueled by a new generation steeped in the joys of interactive entertainment, gaming is now the largest and fastest growing form of entertainment. Today, Microsoft Corp announced plans to acquire Activision Blizzard, a leader in game development and interactive entertainment content publisher. This acquisition will accelerate the growth in Microsoft's gaming business across mobile, PC, console, and cloud, and will provide building blocks for the Metaverse. So, did you guys ever read or watch like Ready Player One? And one of the things that was always interesting about Ready Player One is all of the pop culture that was licensed within the one game. Now, we basically right now have one company that controls a majority of it within entertainment as far as from the perspective of like movies and TV, and that's Disney, right? Star Wars, Marvel, all of it, right? They're just buying all that up. And then we have like one entity here, Microsoft, that is going to own all of the IPs for all of the video games. Anything that's interesting from Skyrim to Diablo to World of Warcraft to Halo to Forza. And to build a metaverse that people are interested in playing in, you would probably want to appeal to nostalgia. And so what do you need to do before you can create a game that allows you to sell items that appeal to people's past, right? You have to own all of the IP. So making this acquisition, and then this article does make a very key point here when this is how you build the foundation to create an appealing metaverse. This is how you do it. Is that what Microsoft is doing? They like to do their crossover stuff. Microsoft will acquire Activision Blizzard for $95 per share in an all-cash transaction valued at $68.7 billion, inclusive of Activision Blizzard's net cash. When the transaction closes, Microsoft will become the world's third largest gaming company by revenue, behind Tencent and Sony. The planned acquisition includes iconic franchises from the Activision Blizzard and King studios like Warcraft, Diablo, Overwatch, Call of Duty, and Candy Crush. In addition to the global esports activities through Major League Gaming, the company has studios around the world with nearly 10,000 employees. Bobby Kotick will continue to serve as CEO of Activision Blizzard, and he and his team will maintain their focus on driving efforts to further strengthen the company's culture and accelerate business growth. Once the deal closes, the Activision Blizzard business will report to Phil Spencer, CEO of Microsoft Gaming. Quote, gaming is the most dynamic and exciting category in entertainment across all platforms today, and will play a key role in the development of metaverse platforms. Oh my God. End quote. And that is from Satya Nadella. That is the chairman and CEO of Microsoft. So Microsoft's aware of this metaverse thing. I'm wondering how long they've been aware and been moving towards it. If we talk about them like acquiring things like Bethesda and all these other studios early on that have iconic characters and figures that they want to implement within their own metaverse. Well, first to the field from these big three is going to be a big deal, right? So if you're Sony or Tencent, right? Tencent's going to have like what? League of Legends, a whole bunch of other stuff. Sony's going to have like Spider-Man, Last of Us, that sort of thing. If you're looking from a metaverse perspective at iconic characters, I think Microsoft owns more iconic characters and assets than Sony or Tencent, at least from a Western perspective. We're investing deeply in world-class content, community, and the cloud to usher in a new era of gaming that puts players and creators first and makes gaming safe, inclusive, and accessible to all. I do remember recently Phil Spencer did come out and say that Xbox was not a free speech platform. You need to be very aware that he said that, especially when we start seeing quotes like this. And then we're also talking about the metaverse. Here's what, just in general, because if we really talk about like metaverse as a whole, ideally what we would want would be like something decentralized. In the case of like how it would function from like Microsoft or Sony, etc., it would obviously be centralized underneath that company. The problem you run into and this really doesn't relate to like a specific ideology until the people that run the company have a specific ideology that they put on the rest of the people that are participating within their ecosystem. Obviously, this is something that we've seen with social media in general, whether that be Twitter, Facebook, and so on. It can get a little sketchy. They're obviously trying to push into this direction of like, by their own statements of we can regulate the speech within our platform. Now, traditionally, as like if we're talking about, I suppose, traditional libertarianism, that would be something that would be considered ideal because the companies would be able to make the decisions and it's their company, therefore they get to make that decision. The problem is when we're talking about the metaverse, we're talking about something that's open for everybody. And we would be shifting essentially the public forum from in-person to, especially with things like pandemics to be worried about, etc., from in-person to online. And so if you have speech regulated by a corporate company online within the public forum, there's like some weird gray area stuff going on there that maybe I'm just a boomer, but I'm not comfortable with it. I'm not comfortable with companies that you don't get to vote in, right? You don't get to make your decision on who controls them very well, other than by spending your money to basically control speech, etc. So anyways, let's continue on. That's my little soapbox. Quote, players everywhere love Activision Blizzard games, and we believe the creative teams have their best work in front of them, end quote, said Phil Spencer. And then, quote, together we will build a future where people can play the games they want virtually anywhere they want. For more than 30 years, our incredibly talented teams have created some of the most successful games, said Bobby Kotick of Activision Blizzard. The combination of Activision Blizzard's world-class talent and extraordinary franchises with Microsoft's technology, distribution, access to talent, ambitious vision, and shared commitment to gaming and inclusion will help ensure our continued success in an increasingly competitive industry. Mobile is the largest segment in gaming, with nearly 95% of all players globally enjoying games on mobile. Through great teams and great technology, Microsoft and Activision Blizzard will empower players to enjoy the most immersive franchises like Halo and Warcraft virtually anywhere they want. And with games like Candy Crush, Activision Blizzard's mobile business represents a significant presence and opportunity for Microsoft in this fast-growing segment. The acquisition also bolsters Microsoft's Game Pass portfolio with plans to launch Activision Blizzard games into Game Pass, which has reached a new milestone of over 25 million subscribers. Here's how it works. Game Pass is the Microsoft Metaverse eventually. Because if you're a gamer right now, and you want access to games at the most affordable price and you want to have a plethora of games, Game Pass just makes a ton of sense financially. There's already so many titles on there. You're getting day one releases of Halo Infinite, day one releases of Gears of War, day one releases of Forza, and then you're going to add in all of the Activision Blizzard games. What other games do you need? It's really kind of crazy if you think about it. Like if you went and bought a PlayStation, if you go and buy an Xbox, you get it and there's hundreds of games already ready to go just with a $15 a month fee. If you go get a PlayStation, you have to go buy a $70 game. Like it's wild. It's actually kind of wild. This almost feels like at a different level, it feels like the Xbox 360 era. There's no way they're not losing money on it. What is the end goal? Clearly, from what they're stating in the article, the end goal is a metaverse. Microsoft is working on their own metaverse. At some point, we'll see all these IPs thrown into one big universe. You'll get access to it through your already paid for Game Pass subscription. And then boom, done, game over. Microsoft rules the metaverse. I hope you enjoyed this clip from the Crypto Mining Morning Show every Monday through Friday, 7:45 a.m. Pacific and 10:45 a.m. Eastern Time. You can check out more clips here, or if you're interested in checking out the entire live show, you can check that out down here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next Tuesday.